What you doing, honey?
Oh, just working on a model project here.
Which one you working on now?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's classified.
Really? Classified?
Yeah, classified. Like, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Ugh.
She seems upset. She's lost that love and feeling. I think I'm in the danger zone. I don't know what to do. Talk to me, Goose.
Oh, but wait. This project's gonna be a twofer. There are plenty of YouTube channels with great modelers who have great production skills. This is not one of them. Welcome to Cables Creations. Well, I'm back at Yankee Station for another week of modeling mayhem. And so gonna get some finishing work on the cockpit of the F-14 and get some canopy masking done for both models as one of my first orders of business. Also, I haven't worn this t-shirt before, but that animal is a greater kudu, which was having hunted one. That's what led to the name of my alter ego, Kudu Killer. And long story, but it created that as a Google account name for something. I think it had to do with ordering something off eBay, and thought that would be a one-time use. Yeah, well, Google buys YouTube later, and that's kind of the name I got stuck with. Also, in other bigger news, just had repeat CT scans last week. It's been a year now, no evidence of cancer on the CTs. So having that from a stage 4, that's almost unheard of. Well, I'm just happy as can be. All right, so on to the modeling for this week. Okay, so I've actually got the this nose section glued up, and the tape is just kind of holding it together while the glue sets, instead of previously just trying to work with it. And I've also got the canopy masked up. Next step, gonna mask up the canopies for the F5/MiG-28. Well, so far today, got some work done on various sub-assemblies on this, and got the wings installed. So fairly soon I'll be putting the upper and lower halves together, and then gonna work on some of the other bits. One thing I'm gonna have to do before I paint them, actually something to do on both of these, is drill out some holes in the exhausts, because that's what I'm going to use for mounting them on the board for the display. I don't know how well you can see this on the instructions, but for one side they show parts 57, 58, or B 57, 58, and A 61 going into I guess that would be the starboard rear landing gear area. and 57, or B57, B58, and A61 going into the port side as well. Well, that's not the way the actual parts are numbered. So, gotta figure out, okay, which side goes which way. Well, I think I've got most of the basic assembly done on this Tomcat. Got that resin part there. Got some gaps filled in with some styrene. Cut those down, get some putty in there. Got putty and pieces of styrene at various parts. Bunch of styrene in there as well as some putty. So, probably tomorrow, good part of it will be finishing things off and getting into primer. Also, I've already painted some steel on that tail hook, so I'm going to mask that off and get it installed. So, maybe, just maybe, get this one into primer before the week's up. Actually, I'll probably get this one into gray primer and the Tomcat into black primer, as that's kind of the goal I'm setting myself for this week. Well, largely through with the main body construction on both of these. And so a little bit of sanding and then getting into primer is my goal for today. Also, for both kits, going to have to do some drilling so that the clear acrylic rods will have a place to go in. Okay, a classic cable moment has occurred. Look, do you notice how one of those pitot tubes looks a little different than the other? You know, maybe a little outsized, and the color looks a little different as opposed to these. Oop, I need to adjust the positioning of that one. Well, I lost a piece in the carpet monster, and I thought it may have vomited it back up. I got it in place, and it looked a little funny. And so I kept looking, and I found it again. You know what that is? It looks pretty doggone close, too. That is a broken off support from one of my 3D prints. So, hey, there's the cable moment of the week. The other thing I've done is I've given silver and transparent green there, silver and transparent red. Got my sides mixed up. Also on the tail flashers. And also on these parts for the MiG-28. I don't have anything on the back. I'm gonna glue those pieces in. Let these parts I just glued dry in place. You may not be able to tell on these so much, but you can definitely tell on those. Those parts that I painted, I've covered them in the Vallejo masking fluid so that I can just paint over those. But you know, it's just parts that I was thinking that, you know, get them covered, get them painted, get them covered, and then pull that masking fluid off, and hopefully that'll be good. If not, I should be able to paint right over them again. All right, well, I got both of the aircraft into primer, and And so first thing that jumps out to me is like right along the canopy frame. I'm gonna need to do some more filling and smoothing out there. But a lot of the rest of the lines look pretty good. Yep, same over on this side. And also, well, yes, there's like might be one last thing to get done before I head back to Dixie Station tomorrow. Maybe, just maybe, get underside primed. And over here, pretty similar story, although didn't really have as many things joined. Once again, need to fill and clean up some of those lines around the canopy frames. But otherwise, looking pretty good. All right, got top and bottom primered and put on the that's the pitot tube on the nose. Looks like it needs just a little straightening. Glue's still wet on that. And got primer on the bottom. In the display, it's going to have the wings retracted, but just to make sure I got paint everywhere, I pulled the wings out. Also, I pulled the wings out for primer on the top side as well. Yeah, not as heavy of a coat of primer on those, but still got primer on it. So I think putting them in primer is like a great way to stop, so that can be gone for a week and then come back and get a fresh look at things and figure out what, just what additional sanding and other body work might need to be done. Well, that's pretty much all I have to talk about this week. So once again, showing you mine to hopefully make you feel better about yours.